Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, well, we're not just looking at the books. We're trying to crack the code, you know, specifically the Anne Rice universe and the Talamasca, that really shadowy order,
Mm-hmm.
the ones who've just been, like, lingering quietly, watching, recording, all that stuff across the vampires, the witches.
Exactly. And our mission today really is to distill what we're seeing in the brand new AMC Plus series, Talamasca, The Dark Secret Order. It just dropped, October 19th, 2025.
Right. Because this feels like the real connective tissue for the whole timeline now.
It absolutely is. I mean,
Yeah.
we're digging into sources that show their origins, their purpose, but also, and this is key, the huge adaptation differences.
Okay, so the basics first. Founded way back, Middle Ages.
Yeah, ancient history.
Right.
And their official mission, their motto, it's basically, we watch and we are always there. They're the ultimate record keepers, documenting everything supernatural.
So connecting it to, like, a modern framework, it's kind of the SHIELD for this universe,
Yeah.
but obviously much more gothic and mysterious.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. But here's the twist, the big shift the sources are highlighting.
Ah.
Their neutrality, it seems like it's pretty much gone in the show.
Gone. Okay, explain that. Because in the books, they were mostly observers, right? Hands off.
Exactly. And that's the fascinating creative choice here. They've moved them from the background right into the foreground as active players. The series is giving them this darker, almost conspiratorial tone.
So not just archivists anymore. They could be manipulating things.
Yeah.
Across both timelines.
That seems to be the angle. Potential manipulators, which, yeah, is a pretty huge shift from the novels.
Wait, but isn't that a massive risk? Taking away that, like, core mystery of their neutrality, doesn't that undermine what made them cool?
Well, it definitely signals a change, maybe a necessary one for the show's dynamic. Perhaps the sources are hinting that neutrality was always a bit of a facade, or just, not sustainable.
So the show needed them to be, more active?
Yeah.
For the plot.
Yeah, it leans into this sort of gothic espionage thriller vibe where the order itself isn't unified. There's internal politics, rivalry, hidden agendas.
Ah, okay. So they're not just watching the monsters, they might be the monsters, in a way, or dealing with their own.
Precisely. They're deciding how to use centuries of forbidden knowledge, not just filing it away.
And that lets the big crossover happen.
Yeah.
Right? Moving from passive to active. Like with Daniel Molloy.
Right. Molloy from Interview with the Vampire, he's now personally tangled up in the Talamasca's archives, their secrets. He's not just the reporter anymore.
So he becomes compromised.
Yeah.
An agent of the Watchers.
Kind of blurs that line for him, yeah.
Yeah.
Observer versus participant makes you question what he's telling us, the viewer.
Okay, that's the vampire side. But how does this new active Talamasca pull in the Mayfairs? You mentioned Julia Mayfair is back.
Yeah, but the real proof, the thread, is in those archives.
Well.
The show confirms Talamasca agents were actually there for key Mayfair moments.
Like what?
Specifically, the source material points to them documenting Suzanne Mayfair's original pact with Lasher generations ago.
Wow.
That agent's file becomes the concrete link. It shows the Talamasca knew about and recorded both the Mayfair and the vampire histories overlapping. It's the unified thread.
Okay, that makes sense. And this gothic espionage feel you mentioned, Olivia Colman's character, the archivist, that plays into the internal conflict.
Exactly. It's not just stunt casting. She represents a faction, power struggles within the order. The sources say she has these powerful hidden motives.
So a schism. Some want to just watch, others want to interfere.
That's the idea. A split where maybe one side believes, look, we have this knowledge, we have to use it to control these supernatural forces, moving away from just watching into, active and risky manipulation.
So this changes everything for Lestat, for Rowan, for everyone. If the Watchers are now players, it sets up this huge paradox, doesn't it?
Totally.
If their whole mission is just to watch, the moment they step in, their entire, reason for being kind of collapses.
And that's the ultimate question the series seems to be asking you, the listener. If the Talamasca's motto is, we watch and we are always there, what happens when watching isn't enough for them?
The moral foundation just crumbles.
Right. The real terror might be realizing this organization, the one meant to just document the darkness, has decided to step into it. So were they ever truly seeking understanding? Or was the endgame maybe always about power and control? The Watchers are definitely being watched now.